this happen before? We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here.
Take it easy.
You take it easy.
Quiet. Representation of the Red Queen.
You have to get out.
Modeled after the head programmer's daughter. She'll try to deceive us.
I wouldn't advise this. Disabling me will result in loss of primary power.
Anything to stop us from shutting her down.
I implore you,
Implore away.
please. Please. You're all going to die down here.
It clearly says on there that I was detained under Section 2. I haven't read the ins and outs of it because I know what happened to me. I know what the conditions were, and it clearly says on there. Plus, the police can check, the hospital know, the courts know, everyone knows. Now, the thing is, this is a really big deal legally. You're going to keep pretending because you've not officially been identified yet. You're going to keep pretending this is still not a big deal. This is still some sort of a fantasy thing that's not real. It's very fucking real. You cunts have destroyed my life very intentionally, and you're still to this day trying to tell me that I'm lying about every fucking part of my existence. I've had enough, okay? I've told you I want you dead. I'd prefer that you're not and that this is done with less chaos and bloodshed than that, okay? But this is done now. I'm fucking sick and tired of you, all right? And I'm sick and tired of hearing myself say I want you dead. So this is just going to get sorted out now. You're a dangerous cunt. Okay, you're a dangerous cunt. How many fucking solicitors do you now think are going to jump at this when you've made it so fucking easy for them, you silly bastard? They can apply for the Norwich Pharmasold themselves, the solicitors, yeah? So all I need to do now is go to a solicitor, prove all of your lies, and then go, no win, no fee? Brilliant. Let's do it. That's it. All right, so I'll just leave that with you because it's... Again, and we've got the criminal side of things. That's going to be going ahead. Okay, so your Michaela Onyevosis, all of you lot that think this is just going to carry on into the oblivion of fucking fantasy bullshit, you're fucked legally. You've destroyed my fucking life and the world's gone to shit. Many children are dead and suffering. Flapping here at me is going to change fuck all. And telling me to do it quicker is going to make me drag my heels even more and let you fucking flap a little bit more and expose yourselves a little bit more whilst the world keeps on waking up in the meantime anyway. So it just makes it easier when I do finally go public. Every day that passes, there's more to support me happening organically. I'm in no hurry, and all you're doing is proving how fucking desperate you guys are in the meantime. So you carry on lying about me all day, every day, to me in my church, you fucking muppets. This is going to be... Oh, God, you're so pathetic. Carry on, you fucking fools.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide Web. Waiting to open our kids' door.
Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? Where did all the nonsense go? In 1984.
Lurking on the World Wide Web. Lurking on the World Wide
Kaylee, how can we help you, Kaylee?
Looking on the world.
I don't need your help, honey. Belly, first of all, I'm just not sure which avatar is Belly. I'd just like to say thank you for having me.
Belly's not actually on here at the moment.
Hey guys, Kaylee, sorry, is new here, so let's let her get it all out.
I don't really.
Go on, love. Get your tits out for the.
No.
Sorry, words. I meant words. Go ahead. Go on.
Okay, I'd like to.
You got that from me, man. Get your facts out for the lads. Get your facts out for the lads, girls.
You know that video when she dances? It's kind of sexy in a way, though. I have to admit. Stoops, I can't lie. You got that look in your eye. That's how you got the feathers, isn't it? That's how you got the feathers. Huh? Stool in the eye. Huh?
Stop.
Yeah. All right. Go on, Kaylee. Go on.
Please stop, man.
No, first of all, I wanted to just say thank you to Belly, because I've been told about this platform a lot of times of being a really reasonable place to be, and I've not actually tuned in before. So this is my first time, and I'm now on the panel because
I've been moderate, love, so we don't need to even.
Sorry. So what?
Just carry on, Kaylee. Carry on.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, you don't moderate, love, so there's no point kissing his ass. You don't moderate. You won't moderate no matter what. Someone could be getting murdered, he still won't moderate.
Gold, anyway. A golden king.
Is that huge? I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you seem to have it in for me as well, but I'm here.
Oh, shit.
This is where it gets really silly.
Kaylee, just get on with it. Come on.
Get on with it, Wendy. You've made a 2-part series about me over the last couple of days, right? And I've been alerted to the fact that you're here talking about me. I've not heard what's been said, so maybe I could ask.
Text message? Was it an email that alerted you? How did that alert come?
Who are you? I don't even know who you are. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Just wondering as to the alert.
Kaylee, did you not take one of my videos
at the same time? I can't hear.
Excuse me, Shug, if you don't mind, please, brother, would you allow the lady to finish?
Oh, of course, mate, definitely will. Go on.
First name Shug, second name.
Yeah, Shug. Yeah. Go on, love. Sorry, apologies.
I've got no beef with you. I don't know who you are. It's just I'm trying to be respectful. I've just been alerted to the fact that I'm being spoken about here, and I don't know.
A red flag.
Oh, for goodness sake, Wendy. Signals. Wendy, how about Wendy? You just fill me in, right? What were you talking about? And then maybe.
Okay, what you did.
Can I finish my sentence, Wendy? Is that okay?
Ask a question, mate.
No, I didn't finish it though. I'm just going to state my fact, right? I've been alerted to the fact. Wendy. Alerted again. Oh, for goodness, I'll give up already. This is why I don't do panels.
Yeah,
I need a bit more thick skin than that, love. Come on.
Yeah, tell your mate to stop leaving stupid long paragraphs under my videos. Yeah.
Who's my mate, Wendy?
Dan Tarragon. Dan.
Well, how about you don't make hour-long fucking 2-part series about me?
Okay then, Kaylee. So I made a video about Dr. John Campbell.
Yeah.
You come along and decide to pick that video up and review it and laugh at Dr. John Campbell.
No,
yes, you did. Reviewed you and what
Wendy,
you were saying.
Wendy, this was the whole point. It was, shall we have a discussion? Now, you've already said that you don't want to go on to Ralph's. Ralph's offered to.
I won't. No,
that's absolutely fine. So I said you can either come to mine, which is really small, because I can keep taking down, or I can come to yours. Absolutely not a problem. I've actually just put a video up now saying I'll come over to yours, no problem. But if you want to discuss these things, let's go for it. You are so abusive in the way that you speak to people that don't agree with you, Wendy. That's my point. That's what I was making. I was actually just going to review his video, but once I saw your review of his video, I was just like, wow, this is insane. This woman is trying to make out that everybody, you literally say the words thick, stupid.
Yeah.
I can't even ding how many times you called me a silly fucking cow of a woman over the last couple of days, Wendy.
Well, did you not put bleach in your kids' ears? I mean, come on.
Sorry, say that again, Wendy. I can't hear when Jupiter's talking.
Did you not put bleach in your child's
No, I
ears?
didn't. It's called chlorine dioxide. And if you go and look at the molecular construction of it, it's literally salt and water. That's what our bodies are made up of, right? It's perfectly legal. You can buy it on Amazon. It's FDA approved, Wendy.
FDA approved?
Yes, it is. And I can find
Well,
the
that's
link.
nothing to do with this country, is it?
No, but I mean, surely if it's legal over there.
No. There's a lot of things that are legal. A lot of things that are legal in America that are not legal here.
Okay, what you need to do, Wendy, then is go on to the Harvard Medical Board, right, and go and look on their website and see what they say is good for ear infections and earwax. They say.
So do you have your children?
Wendy.
One sec. Sorry, real quick. What is the the basis for your disagreement or whatever? What is?
No, we can't have it'll have to happen on my channel. Because we can't have it on here.
What is it though? What's the fundamental issue here?
Well, the topic is she's an anti-vaxxer and I'm not.
No, Wendy, you've just stated something about bleach, right? I'm just going to go back to it. You go to the Harvard Medical Journal on the internet and they will tell you that the best thing that you can do for ear infections or hardened earwax is to use hydrogen peroxide. Now, what is hydrogen peroxide?
Bleach.
Right, okay. So if Harvard are telling you that that's okay and I used it on my children when it's legal, what's the problem?
Bleach in your kids' ears.
Sorry? It worked, Jupiter.
Wait. Hey, one second, guys. So just to be clear, so it started. So okay, so the fundamental issue is that you're an anti-vaxxer and that Wendy is pro-vax, yeah. And then what happened? Transformed us, mutated into you using bleach on your child.
No, I've always known about that, about the use of bleach on our children. Yeah.
So go and talk to the Harvard Medical Journal.
I'm saying, but why has that become the crux of the disagreement?
Exactly.
Well, it's not because I don't want to discuss the topic of vaccines on vellies because you know what YouTube's like.
On Ralph's. Now I'll come to yours, Wendy. It's absolutely fine. You've made a 2-part series about me over the last couple of days.
It's not a 2-part series. It's all it is me reviewing you.
Okay, fair enough. So I'll come to you and we'll have a discussion, shall we?
Yeah, if you like, but you know what I'm like, Kaylee.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I know you're very insulting and very abusive. That's absolutely fine, but I've got a very thick skin because I've been dealing with this shit.
You haven't. No, you burst out crying. You say everyone's picking on you. No one's picking on you.
No one's picking on me, Wendy.
No.
Yo, good evening. I've managed to make it.
I've never been abusive to you once, Kaylee.
Oh, Wendy, just listen to any one of your videos where you mention me and listen to the way you speak about me. It's just
you called me a cunt before. I haven't cried.
Jiggling.
So I've jumped on because I wanted to speak to an anti-vaxxer because I did try and speak to an anti-vaxxer a few months back and they just completely blanked me. And I think it's an interesting conversation. I mean, do you know what? The interesting thing is I've never been a pro-vaxxer. That's the interesting thing. I've never been an anti-vaxxer. However, there are compelling arguments on both sides. I would definitely agree with that. I mean, the testing of vaccines.
It's a pleasure to talk to you, actually, because that's a very rational perspective. This is a new thing. This is a new thing. This isn't even termed as a vaccine as what we've had as vaccines before. Okay, this is something that's experimental until 2023. So my initial objective was not to have this mandated on our children. I did a lot of work last year, and you can take the piss out of me, Wendy and Jupiter, all day long if you want to. I did a lot of work last year, and I have a letter from Lord Bethel.
One sniff of a pair of knickers, Buddha turns up, passes out, fucks off.
That was really smart and grown up of you, Jupiter.
But what I don't understand is I haven't heard any of the government saying they were ever going to mandate anything on children.
Are you paying attention to what's going on around the world?
I'm paying a lot of attention, more attention than you. I don't watch videos where they
Wendy,
test.
look, Wendy, you're not going to.
You actually said, Kaylee, that they test apples and fucking oranges, yeah, and get a positive COVID result.
Yeah, because it's happened, Wendy. I've got recordings, Wendy. I've got recordings of myself last year going into these test centres that we spent how many billions of pounds on when we've got veterans on the street, right?
Sorry, I'm back. I got kicked off. Apologies. Something about Jupiter wanting to sniff somebody's knickers. I'm not really interested at Jupiter.
What happened is upset.
Crack yourself on.
Anyway.
Yeah, big up Gold as well. So, is that James Jones as well? Big up James Jones. I don't know who's
I thought you were interested in the anti-vaxxer.
Yes. But I was just trying to be polite as opposed to being impolite. But anyway, what was I going to say? So you know when they test vaccines and other medications in Africa so I've always been very suspicious of big pharma with good reason. And when you see things like them testing a flu vaccine on the Polish homeless people a few years ago and them dying, there's good reason to be very suspicious of big pharma. But really and truly, what I wanted to establish with Kaylee is it. Now, Kaylee, do you acknowledge that COVID exists, or do you think it's like a made-up thing?
No, I do. The issue I've got is that a lot of things exist. And if you actually look at the inventor of the PCR test, he actually tells us that it's not... It can't do the job at hand, because what they do is they ramp it up.
Right, let's go one at a time. Let's not jump. So... Okay. Because I need to
the lady's got a point there. Let her run for it, because I've heard this information as well, so I can add to it.
Yeah, but Serge, the thing is, I'm a bit simple. Yeah, I'm not that bright. So if I go really quick, I'll just get confused. So I just need to kind of go one at a time. So first of all, you do acknowledge that there is a virus called COVID that is killing people. Yeah.
I acknowledge that there's a virus.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you think it's killing people, the virus?
Now this is where I get a bit confused, because even by their own statistics, it's got a 99.97% survival rate, and the average age of death due to COVID is actually higher than the average age of death for natural things. And most people that die of COVID, or they say with COVID, this is where it gets a bit tricky. They say died with
comorbidity issue you're talking about.
Yeah,
so somebody's sick with something and then getting COVID compounds it. Okay, and then they blame the COVID as opposed to the initial disease or illness. Okay, cool. All right,
my main point.
That's a fair point. I've got to agree. The numbers are very misleading, to be fair.
If I could just say, right, that my main issue is that I don't go around telling anybody else what to think or what to do. I got involved in this because I could see a while back that it might slip into the realms of having our children have to take the vaccine to like go to school or do anything else. You know, even the 17, 18-year-olds, where they're telling them they need to have a fucking passport. To be able to
are you mainly concerned only with the children? Is that the issue?
That was exactly what I started out with a year and a half ago. Yeah.
All right, cool. So look at this now.
All grown-ups
I think, just speak bluntly, just say that it's bullshit, innit? Like, you've obviously heard about the PCR test. Like, Elon Musk, they deleted all his tweets and whatever he said. He tested 3 or 4 times. It was negative, and he wanted to test the theory. He was in Sweden, wanted to test the theory. Eventually, it came positive. If you keep testing, that's the thing with PCR tests.
Can I talk to you?
If you keep testing, it will eventually show you a positive. It's this you've heard as well. You can, so that's the beauty of a PCR test. You test less, you can play with the figures, you'll get a lower. Yeah, but I'm speaking. You can't keep jumping.
I know you're speaking, but I'm trying to understand what position you're speaking from.
Like, and if you keep testing on a PCR test, you will get positive.
We're not talking about PCR tests.
That's why it's a perfect test. If
you see, this is why
you will get less.
The thing is, Katie, I was trying to have a conversation with you, and it was going very well.
And the man who actually invented it,
Guys, everyone, relax, relax. Hold on. Firstly, Buddha, obviously, Shug should be able to contribute. Shug, same way. I don't see why Buddha can't.
God.
Like, I don't see why man can't just have a freeway conversation.
Yeah, but James, clearly a conversation was being had amicably, between myself and Kaylee, and then Shug gets in his emotions and wants some beers and attention. But go ahead, Shug.
Compared to who? And how do you know about my emotions if you don't know who I am?
Go ahead, speak, man. Tell us what you want to tell us. Go ahead.
Yeah, you shut the fuck up. How about that?
You're a tough guy. Is this what it is? I'm sorry, I didn't know. I did not. Apologies. You're a tough guy. I should have known.
No, but the lady, if you want to add about the PCR, maybe you can.
What color hair you got? Have you got pink hair? Have you got a caravan? Did you park your caravan in the street? What? No. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I know, innit?
Okay,
yeah, so that's
Kaylee. What do you
Kaylee.
think of the PCR test, Kaylee?
What do I think? I listened to the guy that invented them, Wendy. Have you listened to him?
Didn't he invent the lateral flow tests?
No, he's not the same person. The whole thing has been based on this, right? And this is what I'm saying. I did a lot of, I'll call it freelance journalism because I don't know how else to define it, right? I did a lot of on the road stuff over when this all started. Okay, I went into Jupiter. Please hang on a minute. I see you're making comments, so I'll talk to you in a second if that's okay. If we can just do it one-on-one, it's fine. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I'm not going to call anybody names. All right, but Wendy, in response,
listen, I'm gonna have to jump off. So, do you know what? Can I just ask one question, if I may? And you can go back to a PCR test and whatever it is. So, the reason I was asking about the whether you accept that there's COVID and stuff like that is a simple one, because I hear where you guys are coming from when you're talking about the vaccine. So what would you suggest? What is your suggestion with dealing with COVID? We have COVID. You've agreed that COVID
fucking
exists.
dealing with it. More people died in previous years compared to now. It's bullshit. Don't you get that into your head? If you're serious, if you don't woke up now or something.
It's bullshit. Hang on. Because everyone's gonna get it. Everyone's gonna get it.
In our words. Like, we know what it is, isn't it?
Everyone's gonna get it.
More people, listen carefully, more people have died previous years. Get that into your head.
I don't go on panels.
Yeah? So now, all of a sudden, no one's dying of heart attacks. No one's dying of any other, any of these normal things that people have been dying of for years. It's all COVID. Work it out.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your input.
Yeah, there you go. You love, jumping in with your fucking
Jupiter, if we're allowed the platform, you can take that up with me afterwards. But I believe Bada Bing needs to go soon. So let him finish his question. And
that was a question.
You go ahead. You know what? You should be speaking. It's just I had to address that issue.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So the question was, given that. And I'll take on board what Serge is saying. He's saying that it doesn't exist or other people died. All right, fine. But given that you agree that it does exist, what would be your solution? If you're not going to use vaccine, what would be your solution with dealing with the whole COVID situation, Kaylee?
All right, you're addressing me. All right, if I'm allowed to respond. I mean, in all honesty, right, I've not seen the isolated infection. Neither has anybody. Not one scientist, not one doctor, nobody. So
what does that mean? What does the isolated? What does that mean?
To actually acknowledge that something exists, you have to actually be able to see it, and that's not being provided to us. So
why are they going to let you
Wendy,
see it?
Please, Wendy, can we just talk in a second and let me finish talking to Bada Bing, please? Okay. Yeah. We can talk. We can. Oh, for goodness sake. Guys, honestly, please, let me just respond. I mean, personally, I'm not convinced. I know there's something going around, but I also know that the flu goes around, the cold goes around, AIDS goes around. There's a lot of different things. I'm not saying that there's something definitely not out there killing people, because I don't pick a side. I just go with my own gut instinct, but I don't then berate other people for their perception on something. Now, I've never seen.
But you do.
Wendy, please,
because
Wendy.
You had a go at the doctor.
No,
right?
I didn't have a go at him.
Yes,
Wendy,
you did. You used it. How dare he say that? How dare he say that everyone's going to end up with it? How dare he?
Wendy, can you just chill for a second? We'll talk in a minute. Bada Bing needs to go soon. I'm trying to.
I don't care what Bada Bing needs to do. He's
Oh,
a king.
Wendy,
Right? He's a fucking king. I don't care.
Anyway, listen. It's been interesting. I'll jump off and I'll let you guys carry on.
Yeah, bye.
Maybe we can talk. You can't even let a discussion be had. This is
you're trying to take over. It's your favourite.
No,
trick,
I'm not.
Kaylee.
I was trying. He asked me.
Because you don't like to make it all about you, do you, Kaylee? Would you like to tell me? Would you like to tell me what your problem was with the doctor who announced,
Wendy,
who said
shouting over me is not going to work,
we're
Wendy.
all going
Shouting
to
over
end
me.
up with COVID. Why did you have a problem with that?
Wendy, shouting over me is not.
Why
going
did you
to work.
say that was?
Wendy,
what did you
shouting
call it?
over me is not going to
Fear mongering
work. It's not going to look
101.
good,
That's
Wendy.
what you. I don't care what it looks like. You said what the doctor said was fear mongering 101. Why?
Because it's fear
everyone's not
mongering.
going to get COVID.
Why is that fear mongering now?
Because again, Wendy, if you just let me speak for a moment, okay, I actually found some hope in what was put out there, and I can't remember exactly where he was reading it from, but it's been all over the news today, right, that they are now not expecting or wanting anybody to have their children take the vaccine. That's all I've ever cared about, because it's in clinical trials until 2023.
Well,
okay? So, Wendy,
yeah.
can I please? Yeah, right. So what I was saying is they've coated it in fear mongering, because there's a load of people that are going to be so scared now that they think they're going to get it, right? Because everyone's going to get it. That's what you were saying. That's fear porn to me. That's
no,
fear
it's
porn.
not. No, it's not. It's endemic in society.
Yeah, so
and
it's
like a cold, right?
When we shut the world down over
all
a cold.
of us get a cold at some point.
Yeah, so when have we ever shut
it just
down
goes to
world?
show that everyone's going to end up coming face to face with this
Absolutely.
virus.
Most people need a fucking test that doesn't work to tell them that they've even got it, right? We know when we've got the cold.
They're not even testing anymore, you fool.
Don't see, this is how you go, Wendy. You start.
Well, no, it's your attitude that makes me say that.
Is it my attitude? Is it?
Everyone needs to come face to face with a test that doesn't tell them. The PCR test does tell them.
The PCR test by the inventor of the fucking test doesn't work, Wendy. This is what I'm talking about. I've been to these testing centres over a year and a half ago. They are telling me themselves that the government are covering it up.
Oh, they let you in. Oh, hang on. So you go there.
Tell me what info you have about the PCR.
Wait a minute.
Let's
so you go to a testing
That never
centre.
happened. I see her video. She pulled up in the car park and was disgusted that people were getting tested next to the car.
Exactly. I remember that video. Yeah.
Right. Do you remember them saying? Do you remember them saying that they work for G4S and that the government is covering it up and that there was nobody there?
They never said no such thing.
Well, if you watch the video, then you obviously.
Okay, give me a reason. Can you give me a reason? Because of your beliefs. Because of your beliefs, I'm very interested in the reason why. Wait a minute. Why the government would want to cover anything up? Why?
Well, why don't you go to the PCR test centres and ask them why they're telling me that?
No, you believe. It's some sort of hoax.
It's people
some
understand.
kind
you can
of
explain it more
cover-up.
eloquently than I can.
How can you tell me?
Then
wait a minute.
You'll convince them instead of saying they have to go look somewhere. Because the way PCR was explained to me is horrific when you understand it. So it's a process of testing. So if you test the same person, like you said, you test an orange. If you keep testing, you'll eventually get a positive. Do you understand? So the way a government can control the figures is by testing. Sorry, say that.
I'm backing you up, mate. I'm just saying you're telling
the truth. Exactly. So basically, if the government's testing less, they can bring down the figures, and if they're testing more, they can bring up the figures. Do you understand?
No. The testing.
No. If you keep testing the same specimen, you will eventually get a positive.
You're not listening. Right?
No, because I'm telling you,
they're going to stop the testing because it's
there.
endemic in society. They don't test us all every other day to see if we've got a cold. So there's no point.
Yeah, but okay. Well, if you're coming from an angle of everyone's going to get it, they were checking blood. People who have given blood. The percentage of people that already had what's the thing called when you've had it? The whatever that thing's called in their blood because they've already had it.
Antibodies.
Yes, it was sky high. So what are we talking about? Sky high. So it doesn't really make sense, like all of this fear mongering and thinking that we have a stuff. Statistics of other deaths.
Fear mongering? What's fear mongering?
These are the only years that we've had where heart attacks and all of these other things have just plummeted. They've just almost disappeared.
No, they haven't disappeared. They still happened.
Have.
Unfortunately, you see, this is the sad side to this mess. These kind of things are still happening. People are dying of ordinary, everyday things that we
Did you
used
look at
to
the-
worry
did you look-
about.
did you look
That
at
we
the
used to worry about, yeah, but they just don't get reported anymore.
Wendy, did you look at the numbers of flu situations last year? Once COVID had kicked in, did you look at where flu went? It disappeared all of a sudden, apparently.
But
Exactly,
apparently,
and they
yeah,
were-
I do agree.
exactly, they were
Yeah,
talking about that for
apparently,
years.
apparently we didn't have a flu last year.
Yeah, so
Which
I.
is a bit, which is a bit strange. I do agree on that, but you know, to say that COVID doesn't exist is stupid.
Right.
Not in the form that you believe it does. How about
Yeah,
that?
and it
Not in the form
manipulates.
that you believe at all.
It like changes every 5 minutes. So we've now got that. You couldn't even say Delta variant yesterday in that video that you made. Like, how many variants are there going to be of something that was never even isolated in the first place, but has apparently been around for hundreds of years anyway? Like, can you explain that to me?
Well, hang on, yeah, but COVID comes from the coronavirus family, and COVID is part of the coronavirus family. What are you laughing at, Kaylee?
I'm kind of laughing at how aggressive you're being over people having a decent discussion about the fact.
I'm not being aggressive. I'm just different to you.
That's fine, and I don't berate anybody for being different to me, and I don't put them down, and I don't insult them, Wendy. But you've done it a lot.
You
to me.
giggle. You giggle, right?
Because
Stop
sometimes it gets to the point where you're just like, how the fuck do I deal with this situation? And sometimes I giggle. It's nicer for me to giggle than to call you all the names under the sun, isn't it?
As I'm saying, why would the government, as you all see it, right, want to make up? As people like you see it, as people like you see it,
people like me. There's no one like me.
I don't understand why they'd want to make it up. I don't understand why they'd want to make it up. To be honest, why would they want to do that?
Right, okay, right. Let's just be frank about this, because there's a whole spectrum. Right, there's a whole spectrum. There's all right, Jupiter, go on then. What?
Why do you put punch in your kids' ears, but you won't take a COVID injection?
Oh my God! Right, so we were just gonna. Sorry, Wendy, I was about to answer your question, but your friend Jupiter has just come in and said again about I put bleach in my kids' ears. No, I don't. I put chlorine dioxide in their ears, which is perfectly legal, and Harvard Medical Journal will instruct you to put hydrogen peroxide, which is bleach.
I'm just going to be honest, this is too much, right? This is too much. It's too traumatic on too many fucking levels. And I mean, if you want to laugh at me as though rational people are going to question my experience and not just think you're just the most delusional, cruel, twisted, sadistic, and not to mention the fact that you're here stalking me again doing this anyway, listening to this fucking cunt, Ursula, Michaela Onyevosa, 7 Joan Crescent, Eltham, and her little fucking digs. You'll put bleach in your kid's ear, but you won't get a fucking COVID. That cunt deserves everything. Fucking, she's got so... I need to keep my composure because there's going to be so many people that are going to go out of their way. And I'm not going to have any problem with it at all. The police were warned 3-4 years ago now that if they don't sort this cunt out, I'll be going and doing everything that I see fit, when I see fit, within the law. But I can't make any fucking guarantees for anyone else, can I? This cunt has got the fucking death and suffering of so many children on her fucking monster hands. And she's chiming in. Vile cunt, Michaela, you've cemented your own fate, you fucking horrific fucking monster. There's years of your shit, you disingenuous, you horrible. You've used children, pretended, fake tears to get yourself out of your own shit that you got your narcissistic ass into. You disgusting whore, while children have died in their millions in the meantime for your fucking shit show on YouTube, thinking you're something special. You were something very useful to the devil because of exactly what you are, you vulgar monster. You narcissist cunt. You were perfect for what was needed.
You fucking idiot. Everything that you get, you fucking deserve. You horror show. You fucking walking car crash. You don't even really walk, do you? You call people in your same fucking house to close the door while you're chuffing your fags away and munching down the fucking mic, spluttering about other people. You fucking slob. You fucking slob. As if you're going to be able to run anywhere when people come looking for you. Right, and that is to do the same thing. So, okay, is that okay for you? Can I go back to Wendy?
What is this magical liquid then?
Sorry, Jupiter. Say that again.
What is the magical liquid that you take and swear by?
I don't take and swear by anything. I've used chlorine dioxide, which you can buy on Amazon right now if you want to. Okay, and that is considered bleach because bleach isn't actually a definitive term. It's more of an adjective. If you put lemon juice in your hair, in your dark hair, Wendy, and go out in the sun, it will bleach your hair. Okay, chlorine dioxide is one of these factors. So is hydrogen peroxide, and it's on the Harvard Medical Journal. Now, we can keep going over this if you want to. We can keep coming back to this, or we can allow myself and Wendy
to... it killed people in America.
Where? Show me, Wendy. Jupiter. Sorry, Wendy. Show me, Jupiter, where? No,
Victoria, can you get the links, Victoria?
Yeah, because there's always going to be one or two. Now, this is the kind of the conversation that we're having. How many people have fallen out of fucking aeroplanes and then on their death certificate they died with COVID? It's the same shit that we're talking about, right?
Can you get the links?
And just for the record, that's Victoria West, one of the original Ricky Dim Protection Unit recruits from way back when, right back in the beginning. I don't know, she was there for the Rude Awakening days and everything with Rick as well. But she literally worshipped the ground the nun squad basically walked on. But she was also impartial to some pretty dodgy scenarios and was quite delighted about underage findings. All of this weird shit that all of them have been up to in the background, behind the scenes. But I mean, like, loads have. Jupiter can't pretend that she hasn't. She was in the fucking takedown teams. That's why they're all guilty. Whoever was in Justin, I'm going to break down when I can be bothered. I don't think I'm going to even actually do it today. There's other things I do want to finish first. But just the reel of shit from 2 days ago, and she's been doing this for years. She was in one of the takedown teams that Jason Tyler is responsible for so much criminal activity being normalized and grooming people into that arena via Wake Up UK and whatnot, and normalizing the entire takedown thing, making it like a game. He was grooming people while he was doing that, full well knowing that was illegal. And the more people you get to do an illegal activity, the more diluted it gets, the more normal, the easier it is to get loads of people involved, and the harder it is to deal with the problem. Certainly harder it is to pinpoint who's actually responsible. That's the whole gig. Now, this is pretty much what YouTube is. And anyone that still wants to pretend that they can't see it, especially fucking CEOs and people making serious money out of this fucking mess, going to pretend that you can't see exactly what's fucking going on here. All right. We'll see what the public think. Something that's still like with the police. We still it's all just, everything's a transition, isn't it? So it's all going to just come down to, you're going to be walking around going, what does that person think of me? What does that person think of me? What does my mum think of me? What does my son think of me? What does God? Well, yeah, you should just always just think God, because if you're always just thinking what does God think of me, then you're covered for everything, aren't you? It's just such the easiest way. And if you know that God does not frown upon you if you've got an addiction, and rethink everything. If drugs weren't illegal, just please do that. Actually, for anybody that's considering, really wishes they had a way out, and they're thinking with all the options, they might not even realise, if there were a way, and there should be, and there will be if I've got anything to do with it, that drugs would just never be an issue. If you needed to take as many drugs as you wanted with no stigma attached, no finding finances for it, as much as you needed, knowing that it was a clean supply and that everything else that you needed for your care was also taken care of, and you could just be in a safe space that was your own, still with a garden, You had the help if you wanted to come off the drugs. You had the help if you wanted to just be absolutely left alone, just with all your gadgets and your supply and just space and time, and left like that. That's fine. You can have people if it's safe to come and visit you. But if that was an option, if there was no need, if you couldn't be blackmailed, people weren't getting you to do stuff so that you could get your drugs. If you had your drugs just given to you and you knew that it was a clean supply and there was no harm involved in it, and you could just chill out, there'd be no stigma, you weren't having to look over your shoulder or find where you could do it or who to hang out with to do it. If all of that was gone and you had the opportunity, if you wanted to, but not being pushed into it, to come off of them or to take a variety of different, because this is the other thing, we don't need drugs when we understand that we're missing out on all the other things we're supposed to have, the sounds, the smells. You don't understand these are all like other frequencies and electromagnetic exchanges and stuff that need to happen to make us well. This has all been stolen from us intentionally, so we're trying to fill these voids with the things that they provide, and they're not good for us. So we're trying with all the wrong things. If everything was given to us, including the ones that we're used to, so we can just, if we want to, try and come off and find the other things, but we don't have to. No pressure. Don't you think that that would just be a better situation all round? I think personally, and if you realise that God would be absolutely fine, he'd love that. She, whatever, would love that, because at the end of the day, God gave us all the fucking plants in the first place, and that's where the drugs come from. Why would we have THC receptors in our brains, people? Why would we have them in our fucking brains? And opiate receptors, I do believe as well. Why would we have them in our brains if we weren't supposed to experience these plants? I'll leave that one with you. But Jupiter, I swear to God, you better fucking repent. 7 Joan Crescent, Eltham, cunt.
Victoria.
Yeah, because there's always going to be one or two. Now, this is the kind of the conversation that we're having. How many people have fallen out of fucking aeroplanes and then on their death certificate they died with COVID? It's the same shit that we're talking about, right? It's the same bollocks that we're talking about. You can
but why does this make
problem,
it that COVID doesn't exist?
Oh God.
Why would you need to lie if it was so real? You know, why
I don't understand why the government or the whole world would make such a thing.
Why have they decreased? Why has there been no flu? All of these questions unanswered. It seems like they're filling a gap. You understand?
No.
With numbers.
You two cannot answer the one single question I'm asking.
Right.
Give me a reason why the world and England, Great Britain, would want to make such a thing up.
Right, Serge, you go first, and I'll answer afterwards.
Yeah.
You go first.
Okay, so basically, this question goes deep. So I don't know if you ever heard of deep state. First of all, you might want to look into that and what that means. You might want to look into foreign. Hold on. You asked me a question. You might want to look into foreign policies, like what kind of place Syria was before the army went there. You might want to look at sort of like how Libya was before the army went there. And when you start to understand all of these things and how the world works, you'll understand that it's not really as nice of a place as what you believe in.
Right. You haven't given me a reason. I don't, I know about the deep state. Yeah, you're so funny, right? Yeah, you still haven't given me a reason why anyone, why all the world would want to make up this virus that doesn't exist. Why would they want to do that? What are they gaining? What are they gaining from
there
that?
Hasn't been more deaths.
What are they actually gaining from
you
that?
need to tell me why there hasn't been more deaths, because the question you're asking me.
Well, there soon will be. I expect.
Yeah? So you need to tell me why there has not been more deaths.
Right. The fact that I've literally just got to this comment kind of answers it, really, doesn't it? You're making out like I've not got an answer because I haven't jumped through your hoops just as quick as when I'm not even there. Do you see how fucking this is? Oh my God. Then you'll come to a conclusion, you'll say something, somebody else will take it and run with it. And there's a million of you doing this all day, every day about me and just creating shit that's not me while I'm just doing the most mundane, getting through the day with nothing on my own all day, every day with just abuse all day, every day. And I'm recording it, not for YouTube, because what do I get on YouTube? Nothing but abuse. So now I can clearly show all you do is sit and wait for me to abuse me whilst I'm doing the most mundane things. But I'm recording that to show what I'm really doing, but also I'm working. And you're all telling me I'm not working, but I'm recording that I'm working. Okay, so but other than that, all I can record now is your slander and abuse and me doing all the things you say I'm not doing. Really? And then it's still going to be my fault that happened. Isn't it? So, I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to really fucking... I've just got to this comment. So, sorry, I'm not... You're not entitled to my time, my energy, my thoughts, my anything. None of you are entitled to anything of me. Okay, if I want to exist and play things to share information and go about my day, I am entitled to do that without being abused. It does not invite abuse simply for sharing information. You cannot fucking make that work ever. Do not complain about any fucking thing I say to you, you daft cunt, when you're harassing me, you're stalking me, you're slandering me, smearing me, joining in with gang abuse of me day in, day out in my fucking church. Now, when I tell you I want you dead, that's very clearly cease and desist and get the fuck out. Okay? If not, just be quiet. Maybe take off your balaclava. Should we start there? But no, you insist. You insist on being a cunt and then go, look, I told you, when I don't just start... I mean, how many of you... It's just such an extreme personality type and there's just so many of you. There's just so many of you. I think it's obviously it's been amplified over the past few years with this whole scenario. It needs to stop. It's so bad. And you've normalised it because those of you that are left are so fucking extreme, so far gone. And I can only imagine just so much drugs as well. And I bet you're all just completely different people. Everyone's a different person when they're off the drugs. If you come clean about what you've done and just ask for some help regarding your drug situation, your life could be so different. And people would respect you regardless of what you've ever done. If you actually genuinely turn your life around, people will respect you again for that. But you have to actually do it. You have to actually do it and show that you're trying to stick at it, even if you fuck up a few times. Or continue to fuck up forever, because we're human. At the end of the day, we'll all fuck up forever, won't we? But you get back on, you just keep going again. Then you get respect back again. You don't have to live like this until you die, and then when you die, it's too late. Okay, and the more harm you cause, the more baggage you're leaving for your family to deal with. Not just your reputation when you're gone. You might not care about yours, but what's to say that your children won't care about what you're leaving for them to deal with? I think it's harder, isn't it, to deal with, well, I don't know. Yeah, it is. What can we do? Yeah, you're supposed to protect your children, not leave something that literally shackles them for their life. Even if, like you, Michaela, you've reached your prime and past it, you reckon. So now you don't give a fuck, even though they've got 8 kids and how many grandkids, but you don't give a fuck because you're just waiting to die now. What? So all the other people that do care about anything, you're just going to just fuck off then and just sit there pissed and take up all the airwaves whilst the world goes to shit because you don't care. Because you're done. Okay. But she's obviously fucked in the head. So it's all the people that have enabled her. It's the same as she is the bully, isn't she? She's the bully. She just does it passively via her platform. But you're still all the enablers, all the other elements of the bullying, really. Yeah, because you've got some that will comment in the chat. Some just are literally there, like non-committal to anything. Just bullshit comments, if any comments at all. Some are known kind of as characters. You've got like your Mr. Lotties, that are kind of known. They might be known to some people, but generally speaking, aren't actually known, but are known as a character. Then, I mean, there's probably loads of others that are kind of known, but I mean, from the tight-knit circuit that was going on there for quite some time, there's no getting out. You can try and dilute it out now by getting into all of the auditing circles and whatnot, Michaela. It's all recorded what happened. It was very insular, let's say, across a select few platforms, that little fucked up corner of YouTube. So it's not going to get diluted out. You can find another million AYs. They're just going to get dragged into the shit as well at the end of the day, because auditing is even more ridiculous than content creating. I mean, it's like you're literally making yourself the judge. It's just, oh my God. Anyway, I mean, they're getting themselves into all sorts of trouble. As you they're all getting pumped up and hyped up. It's just fucking, what do you expect to happen? The mess with Danny Thomas. It's just so embarrassing, all of it. So embarrassing, all of it. The entire movement. What the fuck is the movement? Who invented the movement? Where did it even come from? Oh, what a joke. What a joke. Anyway, I was going to try and get through the comments. I know they're coming up on screen now, aren't they? So, boo-hoo, poor Kaylee. No one likes her. Let's all feel sorry for her. The obnoxious git says, DJ, the stalker, weird Nancy cunt. I mean, I'm just going to, look, the public is just going to decide. I'm not going to stress out anymore about this nonsense. Let's just let this play out for a bit.
Just let him answer the question.
Then other years. Why haven't there been more deaths? That's the thing. Why are more people not dropping? Why are the deaths just changing categories?
Don't you think what is it we're up to now? 134,000 deaths is enough up to now?
No, I'm talking about how many people have died compared to other years. Yeah, I'm not talking about people that have been died of COVID. You understand? Because we know that's changing all over the place. So when you understand that, then you can start to, really figure out that there's a problem here. And then also as well, can you tell me, there was a couple, I can tell you two situations. There was a couple,
exactly, Victoria.
One guy got made to get a test for his work, yeah? So he was like, he showed up to be positive. So he told his missus, yeah, I'm positive, can you go check? They're obviously sleeping together, they're a couple. She didn't have it, he had it. I know two people have shared it. Yeah, that can happen. So how is this virus so dangerous that people should be walking around wearing masks and all of this and all that? It's bullshit, yeah? Everything about this situation is just bullshit.
But why would they want to lie? What do they get from it?
I just told you, why would they want to go into Syria? Syria, a place that was killing terrorists on the spot. If you wanted to be involved in terrorism, they will hang you in the street. Syria,
no,
2003, there was no Shia Sunni divide in
Why are you
Iraq.
equating Syria with this?
Because I'm telling you, because you don't seem to understand that it's a bigger problem than what you think. But if you just want to have it on your little basic level, if you want to have it on your basic level, Pfizer is a profit-driven company like all other companies. Yeah, we'll just leave it basic for you like that.
Okay, so that's why Pfizer are not actually making a profit on this vaccine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you for real? Are you for real?
Yeah, I'm for real. Yeah.
All right, prove that to us.
Well, I remember when it first came out, Pfizer came on and said they're not making a profit. This is the first vaccine. They don't.
Do you know, I don't want to listen to anymore because the voices actually hurt. They actually hurt. Never mind the content of what's being spoken about, never mind what the implications of that conversation, everything that was going on around it, never mind that I've still got these cunts here doing this to me now and it's not stopped for any point in between. And this was 5 years, I've lost count. This has been my life all day, every day. And I'm being caught. I'm still like, this is all right, just an angry, titless loser. And all the others will just go along with this. This is normal. Just all this fucking sexual vulgarity, 24/7, all this abuse, all about my children, all the while knowing I was trying to protect them from this that's now killed so many. And you're just acting as though, we've got Danny West here who's pretending to not be Danny West, but also knew that COVID was a scam. So rather than being obsessed with hounding me 24/7, shouldn't you have been off doing something to protect people? Because that's what I was trying to do, but I was prevented from doing that by you and other people. So if you knew about it, why weren't you off trying to protect other people? Why were you joining in, shutting down people like me? How does that make sense? Same with Babs. Same with anybody who's going to say, oh, like Becca, didn't give my kids a job. So why the fuck were you shutting me down? Why weren't you doing what I was doing? How were you playing games? How were you having fucking arguments on the internet about anything else? Why were you blaming fucking brown people for coming over in boats? What the I mean, this is what the rest of the world are going to ask. It's not about Kaylee got there first and Kaylee was she figured it. It's not about that. You were all supposed to be looking out for your children. As soon as you knew something, anything like that was up, this fucking YouTube bullshit should have been the last thing on your fucking mind. Or if anything, it should have been utilised. That's the only reason some of us were here. It's a space to speak to other people, isn't it? That's what we're supposed to do with our words. Warn each other about danger. Collaborate on things for everybody's benefit. Keep people within the law. Pay compliments to each other to boost each other's confidence. Reward each other. With positive incentives. We're supposed to think before we speak. We're supposed to slow right down and think before we speak. For very good reason, because once you've said a word, you can't put it back in. And there are, whether you want to pretend that the law doesn't exist on YouTube or not, there are serious repercussions for your words. Because they are extremely powerful. They set things in motion in reality. They don't need you to be physically present whatsoever. If they're heard, that's all that's required. That's what the internet does. That's what telephone conversations do. That's what text messages do. Relaying information does not require the physical meeting of the beings. So your I don't care, Michaela, and hurty words on the internet, Michaela. No. Speak to a solicitor. If you're a serious grown-up, Michaela, go to a solicitor and explain exactly what you do all day, every day, the things you've said about me and the fact that you don't let me ever speak. Tell them exactly what you've said about me. List off one day full of stuff, and tell them that you haven't got any evidence because they're lies, and see what your solicitor tells you. That's what I suggest a lot of you do actually at this point. Go to your solicitors, say, you've said this, that, this, that, this, that. AJ said it doesn't matter where it came from. If you've repeated it, run with it, tortured me over it, whether it's to do with my children, all of these things. If you've not seen proof yourself, go to your solicitor, tell your solicitor you've said those things about me publicly, and either show them the proof or tell them that you don't have the proof, and then see what your solicitor advises you. I can't listen to any more of this bullshit. I'm so dark. All of it is just too traumatic, and you can laugh at me and say that I'm faking it. I have not faked my life, have I? I've recorded it. So to tell me I'm faking any emotion or response at this point, you can suck my dick, really. I think I've done quite well to survive it, but that's enough. That is enough.
Okay.
Explore a world of Channel 4 documentaries, sponsored by